back again, and I'm going to be introducing a very special guest who does an art form that people don't hear about that much. This is Renay Weis. Welcome, Renay. It's glad to have you here.
Welcome, Carol. It's good to be here. Thank you for having me.
Oh, we're glad to have you. I've heard that you are an artist of a different type. What is that?
What I do is I actually paint with oils on porcelain. So it is fine china. A lot of people ask, well, is that ceramics? And no, it isn't. It's actually on fine porcelain.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how did you get started in painting on porcelain?
Well, years ago, my children were getting up there in age, and they were entering high school, and my husband suggested that I get a hobby because I was hovering around the children too much, and he suggested that I go and get a hobby. So he introduced me to porcelain because he was fond of Mary McKinney, who is a relative of ours, used to paint on porcelain, and a beautiful, beautiful artist. And so he suggested that I meet with her, and he said, "You're talented, why don't you get together with Mary and see what she does and how she does it." So I went to my very first painting with Mary around the table with a group of ladies, and she introduced me to painting and put the first paintbrush in my hand. So I have her to give respect to. So.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yes.
So and I guess you've been in it for quite a while then.
I've been painting now for about 15 years, and I started off with not even being able to draw stick figures, and just expanded from there and learned my art form. And it is a slow process. It's not something that you learn overnight. You just keep plugging away and learn as you go, and feel free to make mistakes. That's the beauty of porcelain. It's almost like Etch-a-Sketch, because you can paint your little flowers on, and if you don't like them, you just, take them off and start over.
Pretty good idea.
Yes.
So are you, and I think you said you were in an organization?
I do. I belong to the Fresno Porcelain Artists. Mm-hmm. It is a group here in Fresno of a little over 30 women from all different walks of life. The Fresno chapter is part of a larger state chapter, and there are over 300 women up and down the whole state of California that paint.
Wow.
And so once a year, we all gather together somewhere in California, and we have a huge convention. Mm-hmm. And so it's open to the entire public, and everybody comes in and sees our pretty art.
Hey.
So, yeah. And at the show, they also offer supplies and demonstrations, and so that's a lot of fun to go to the demonstrations.
That sounds exciting.
Yes, very exciting.
So, I think you sent some pictures in of the art.
I did. Several of the photos are of my pieces, and I brought a couple of pieces that aren't mine, but I can show. Something that I'm kind of excited about. Well, I'll show you one of my pieces. This is gold etching and whatnot on top of a porcelain vase of some seahorses that I've tackled, and some critters on the back also.
Oh, it's beautiful.
China painting, most people think China painting is Victorian, lots of little roses and foo-foo and whatnot. And it is for the most part. But I'm trying to advocate for more modern techniques in the art form. So I do have, I'm crazy about clocks. I don't know why that just came about, but I am crazy about clocks. And so I have more modern pieces such as this one.
That's really interesting.
I want to do the Dalai Lama effect where you have the melting clock. But I love the more modern pieces, and so we're using a lot of golds and coppers and rose and whatnot. Another piece I've done is jewels.
Ooh.
And this was taught to me by another member, Nancy Benedetti, And it's layers of golds, and I have
Like they sparkle.
enameling, and they do. That's the effect, sort of a trompe-l'oeil effect, and modern. So that's what's exciting to me these days.
Well, do you teach or anything like that?
I do. I have a small group that meets in my home now on Tuesdays, and we, I'll be honest, we are short of teachers in our area now. So my goal is to bring in some other people that I can teach and then turn around and teach to others, because I do want to keep the art form going.
And do you get young people involved? Or?
I do. I just got my daughter involved. So.
Oh, good.
I do. I used to be a campfire leader, and I'm reaching out to some of my former campfire girls.
Great idea.
And getting them to also paint. And they're telling me that they want more of the modern. So, again, that's exciting for me.
Gosh, that is exciting.
Bringing the youth in.
Did you bring anything else?
I did. I have another piece, and this is more of the more traditional styling. I doctored it up a little bit with a lot of lusters, and if you notice, there's a few little gold flecking in there, and that's another technique for texturing your piece so that it's not just one-dimensional, but it gets to be several.
That's fantastic. I think you had something special you wanted to share with us today.
I do. We are having a tea and art showing this April 23rd in Sanger, and we're going to get together and show you what we do. We're going to have a display in one room of all of our fine arts, and we're going to have another room where our teachers will be demonstrating the art form that we do. And we've opened it up to anybody that would like to come. It is a $5 entry to get in, but once you're in, you will have tea, and you will have all the traditional finger foods and fun things that we love at tea parties. And our ladies there are very, very gracious, so any questions that you have, we'd love to answer them, and just expose you to our art form and show you what we do. So it's April 23rd on a Saturday in Sanger at the Sanger Community Church, and the address there is 1619 Jensen Avenue. It is right across the street from the fire department.
Oh.
So it's easy to find. You'll see our balloons out front. And you do have to have a ticket to get in, a $5 entry ticket to get in, and you can get those tickets from Linda Taylor, and if I can give you her phone number.
Oh, sure.
It's
Yeah,
908-1606, and ask for Linda.
Great.
She'll
And
be happy to get you a ticket.
559, right?
And that's in the 559 area code,
Okay,
yes.
say it one more time.
The address is 1619 Jensen Avenue in Sanger, California.
And it's on the 23rd, right?
And it is April 23rd. Yes.
And what time does it start?
Oh, it starts at 10 and it ends at 3. It's going on a more of an open house type of setup. So you just come and go, and if you can stay for 10 minutes, great. If you can stay for 2 hours, better. And take in all the beautiful art that we're going to have on display there.
Oh, that sounds fantastic. Renee, thank you so much for coming in this
Carol,
morning and showing all this wonderful things.
It's been a pleasure to share with you, because I know you're also an artist, a beautiful artist, I must add.
Thank you very much.
Yes, it's a pleasure to share with you. So thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.